Hey, welcome to Brian's Funhouse. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. We're going to do a big review of that Green Day Saviors tour that's rolling around the U.S. right now. But before that, I did go to two concerts previously within the same week, so let's get those reviews out of the way. Thursday, August 8th, I went to the Metro in Chicago, which is across the street pretty much from Wrigley Field, to see the one and only Buffalo Tom. Now, if you're clicking on this video because you're a big Green Day fan and somehow you never heard of Buffalo Tom, well, I'll tell you a little bit about them. They were formed in '86 in Massachusetts. Pretty much if you like Dinosaur Jr. and REM put in a blender, you might get Buffalo Tom. Their first release came out in '88, self-titled, Sunflower Suit, Reason Why. Great songs on this one. The second one, Bird Brain, came out in 1990. This is the original. I love it so much. I got the repressing with colored vinyl. So yeah, good indie rock, jangly power pop, you might say. Indie rock, but they were on a major label for some time. Fortune Teller, another one from Bird Brain. So yeah, so Nirvana, of course, we all know, released their big Nevermind August '91. So Bird Brain came out 90, but towards 91, when people are starting like, whoa, what's this alternative and punk and indie rock, what's all this happening, MTV started to play a little more. So I did, I don't know, 91-ish, come home from clubbing all day and night and watch 120 minutes, and they played Bird Brain from this band, and that's how I kind of discovered them. So I was hooked on them from that moment on. So the next year, in '92, they were released, hands down, their most popular album, Let Me Come Over. This has a lot of fantastic songs. This is one of my favorite albums of all time, Let Me Come Over. This is the first time I saw them at the Metro '92 in May. Was in a relationship that was ending, dropped that person off at the airport, and I needed a good evening. Went to the Metro, saw Buffalo Tom. What did they say? It kicked you in the feels. It kicks you in the feels. Great music. So yeah, fast forward. I did see them once after that, 2011, here in Chicago. But yeah, 2024, I'm sitting, pretty much standing rather, in the same spot at the Metro that I was in '92. I mean, boom. I've aged just a little bit since then. So I was leaning on the barricade 92 because there was crowd surfers and people's feet in my face and all that stuff. Fast forward 2024, I'm leaning on the barricade because I'm old. So yeah, that's what you do. They started, now this is the perfect concert. Even though I would love if a local band or two got the chance to play in front of us, about like, I don't know, 900,000 people inside. It'd be great for them to play, but I do like this. As an older guy, this perfect night. The doors are at 7. The band plays from 8 to 9:50. I think they actually played to like 9:45. Then it's done. One band, you're done. Then after that, I'm across the street at the Wrigley Dogs eating a chicken pita sandwich. Yeah, this is a great band. This is another 12-inch I have from them. This is Velvet Roof from Let Me Come Over. And after that album, they've released some great albums as well. Big Red Letter Day, got that vinyl as well. This is what, Skins on vinyl, and they just released an album. So this band, Bill, Chris, and Tom, the same three musicians from '86 are playing in 2024 in the music industry. That is rare. It seems like, what is it, three pieces seem to stay together, I think because they're like tighter than kind of all the other bands, kind of like Green Day. Same three guys pretty much. I mean, Trey Cool came on, you know, 90, 91-ish, but from that point on, yeah, I mean, you got the same as ZZ Top, The Police. I think if you're a three-piece, yeah, you're just closer because you don't have as many friends, I guess. I don't know. Jump Rope, yeah, from them. Check this one out. And their CDs, unfortunately, I mean, I don't know. It's easy. CDs are easy to buy right now. They're all in the cheapy bin. Smitten from them, you'll see that in the cheapy bin sometimes. Sleepy Eyed. Pick these CDs up from Buffalo Tom. They're amazing. Bill, also the singer, guitar player, has a solo album. Check that one out as well. This is all their B-sides. I mean, yeah, an amazing band. If you learn anything from this review, it's when this band comes to town, which isn't very often, go see Buffalo Tom. This is an autographed CD I got of theirs, so yeah. And now, 2 days later, I went to the big 30 Seconds to Mars concert. I bought that ticket primarily because the band a.f.i. from California was on the bill, and let's talk a little bit about that. This show is at Northerly Island. It's way past, so if you've ever been to Chicago as a tourist or you live here, you know, you go to the Field Museum, then you go to the Shed Aquarium, then you go to that Elder Planetarium, turn a hard right, and there's a theater there, a concert hall, an outside place that actually sound system's really good. A lot of these outdoor sound systems historically sucked, but now I've seen they've got like less speakers, they're smaller, but they're more powerful. Technology has really improved. I got there as the first band person playing Kenny Hoopla. He's like a rapper, a rocker. It was okay. I mean, this is the first group in. I had a long walk. I took the train into Union Station. It's an hour walk, but your boy, I can do it in 35 minutes. I walk fast. I should be in the Olympics. Those power walkers. I could probably be a breakdancer Olympics after Australia. What the hell was that? But anyway, enough about me being an Olympian. You came here for music reviews. Yeah, so I power walked that. Chicago is beautiful. Beautiful city. Beautiful evening. So yeah, this is going to be good times for me. Showed up. They were playing. It was okay. After that, Poppy. She's a 29-year-old woman from Boston. Was one of these like people that became kind of big because of YouTube. YouTube. Have you heard about it? And so it's her concert. She's got 5 albums. And it's kind of like, I know people don't listen to CDs anymore besides me, but it's kind of like a CD shuffle. We have this emo, screamo stuff, then you have this pop stuff, you know, and she's spitting it all out. Was it for me? For an opening band, it was entertaining. Would I go and seek out her stuff? Probably not. Am I the audience that she's trying to reach? Probably not. I'm too old. It's just like, whatever, I don't care if that guy likes me or not. The kids seem to enjoy it. The kids today seem to like Poppy. Yeah, like I said, 5 albums, it was alright. The main reason why I went was after that, a.f.i. formed in California in 1991. I was lucky enough to share a bill with them, 93 I want to say, so early on, saw this band, and they, I think the show was in Reno, of all places, good, beautiful Reno, Nevada, crazy time after that show, and you could just feel certain bands as they start, like if you were there from the start, like Green Day, Alkaline Trio, you feel something is going to happen. And for sure you felt, even though a.f.i. was in their hardcore point at that time, they weren't like the alternative rock band that we know kind of now in their sounds, which I actually prefer this new kind of sound of a.f.i. than the old. I think as the old hardcore, there were hints of other things to come, but they were just kind of like another hardcore band in a way. But yeah, a.f.i. was really, really good. Playing a lot of the songs, you know, that people know from these 2 big albums here. Sing the Sorrow, got that on vinyl. This is primarily the vinyl channels, so I'm showing off the vinyl records here. And December, Underground, had to pay a little penny for this one. This is about $100, I think. No, 75 bucks. I believe I paid 75. I believe it goes for 100 or more, but I paid 75. Thrifty shopper. What a bargain. So yeah, Miss Murder, you're going to get songs like that. Davey and the Boys always sound good. Always fun to see them. Seen them maybe like 4 or 5 times. It's always a good time for a.f.i. So yeah, a.f.i. leaves. I did notice the first 2 bands were really track heavy. People today, kids today especially, do not care if groups are playing along where there's extra tracks pumped through the sound system. I don't like it as much, but like I said, people today really don't care. They're adding extra vocals, or they're adding keyboard parts, or other things. So the first 2 groups, you could hear a lot of that. a.f.i. was more organic, as we say. 30 Seconds to Mars comes out anyway. Formed 98 in California. They have 6 albums out. Everyone knows them because Jared Leto is also a huge actor. He was Joker in a few things. He was, I think his first big role is American Psycho. Anyway, we all know Jared Leto is an actor and his ego. Some people think he's a pompous ass. Some people think, oh, he's just kind of a cool guy. I don't care. I'm just looking at you as a musician. I thought he had a cool voice when I first heard the band. And they did an independent movie about the music industry. Artifact, I think it's called. That is a great view if you want to check it out. So I did buy, like, This Is War. You'll see their CDs in the CD bin, too. I didn't like it enough to buy it on vinyl, but I liked it. Now, at one point, I did own 2 more of their album CDs. And I've since traded them back. So that's kind of where I am. Now, they have a fandom. They have fans that are crazy about 30 Seconds to Mars. I did notice being judgmental, because I'm from Gen X. We judge. Whatever. So I did notice that maybe perhaps a lot of their fans, that 30 Seconds to Mars is probably the hardest, heaviest band that they kind of like, in a way. A lot of ball caps turned backwards, a lot of high-five and, hey bro, that's freaking awesome. That kind of stuff. Like, the jocks at college are like, I like metal, I like 30 Seconds to Mars. That, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they're alright, and I would just say they're meh. They're meh. I left after 5 songs. I think they probably did 12 to 14. A lot of crowd participation, a lot of audience pumped through the PA, a lot of chanting and choruses pumped through the PA, and yeah. It gets kind of samey. So after a few songs, to me, I don't think they were going to break any musical ground. I was just left. It was a nice, beautiful walk from the concert performance back to Union Station. Beautiful walk. Love the city. Some great shots I'm showing you here. But yeah, Jared and Shannon's the drummer, Leto. They're just okay. I would not go see them again. If they were an opening band for a larger show performance, I wouldn't mind. But yeah, just mwah. And all you 30 Seconds fans, Mars out there, hey, if you like the band, that's good on you. If you're following them and you're paying $80 for their t-shirts and whatever, that's on you. Yeah, they're just, yeah. You need that. You have great bands. You got bands that suck. You need bands that are just, 30 Seconds to Mars, Jared and his little cape action, You're so kooky. So let's get to that big Green Day at Wrigley Field performance. Now, even though it's just a 4-band show, the Saviors Tour thing is kind of treated kind of like a festival, so you do want to get there early. I did have off of work, which helped me a lot. I was able to take the choo-choo train back into the city, use the beautiful L system, which never fails to have a psychotic person on the L system. Usually it's after 8 o'clock is when the psychos and the crazy people get on the L system, but no. 3 o'clock, there's a guy talking to himself. Alright, the L. I'm on the L again. Used to take that all the time when I went to college. On the L system. Anyway, going to the Wrigley Field area, the north side area of Chicago, and going to see the Saviors Tour. The Saviors Tour, we're the 7th show of it. They were playing in Philly last week, and then they had to cancel another Pennsylvania show after that because Billy Joel, one of the Billies, lost his damn voice and had to sing in the rain and all that. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think I can bake it because it took so long to make it. So yeah, Billy lost his voice. So there was like this Q101, which is a local radio station, had this performance the night before, and they canceled out of that too. And people were worried. Everyone was worried. I wasn't, because I knew people from the other bands were already in town, and they wouldn't have came here unless the show was going on. So I get off the train, and I just want to absorb the area. There's a little band playing some punk hits like Blink-182 and Green Day songs or something, Fall Out Boy stuff. And I looked around the area, bought a poster. Then I figured, what the hell am I going to do with this poster? I'm here for like freaking 6 hours or more. What am I going to do with this poster? But I was hungry, so I went to Taco Bell, and Taco Bell lady gave me a bag. Thank you, Taco Bell lady. Taco Bell people are the best. Taco Bell food is the best. The best fast food, hands down, Taco Bell. There's no debate. There's no discussion. Don't tell me in the comments below what your favorite fast food is, because it's Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell. Had a great Taco Bell meal. I was having problems with my ticket, because I bought a resale ticket through StubHub, and it wouldn't always load up, because it wasn't officially on my account. You had to use this code, access code, and it wasn't low. I was getting frustrated. I was getting a little worried that, am I going to have to sneak into Wrigley Field, which isn't impossible. I've seen people do it, to go to the show, but no, it loaded up, and I went in there and enjoyed the atmosphere of the ball field before the show. But let's get to the opening band, Linda's. They're a bunch of kids, 4 young girls from the state of California. They have 2 albums. Well, actually, the second one's dropping in October. They were formed around 2022. So here you are, your second year into your group career, and you're freaking playing a baseball field. You know, there's bands that sweat it out for 10, 20 years, and they're hoping to draw maybe 80 people at a club. These guys, these girls, these young girls, I think they're all like either, one's like pre-high school, and the other 3 are like high school age. They're playing, so they had a YouTube video that went crazy. Epitaph signed them. They have poppy punk hooks, everyone's catchy stuff. Here they are. Should you show up early and check them out? Yeah, yeah. Would I buy one of their albums? If they had a CD, it would be cheaper. I'd buy the CD. I'm certainly listening to a few of their songs like O on YouTube. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Am I the graphic, they're whatever that they're trying to reach? Some old guy, some old punk rocker, used up dude? Probably not, but I'm sure they probably appreciate all the fans that want to enjoy them, and it's enjoyable stuff. Some of their songs are like, when they try to go harder, and the one girl sang, she looked like a cat or something. I was like, screaming hardcore, I get it if that's what you want to do, but do I take it seriously? No. But the poppy stuff, the other guitar player, some really not experimental, but mature kind of hooks. I mean, there's pop stuff you could just write, and then there's stuff more you can put into the song to really, all right, these people know how to write music. And for 4 young girls, they have a few songs they're like, wow, this is really good. They're only going to play like 20-25 minutes of the first band on. Make sure you're there early to check it out. When I was there, it's a problem of playing a big place. You put the amount of people that were there to see them in a small club. It's a tight, packed club. You play a baseball freaking stadium that holds 40,000 freaking people. And yeah, it looks like they were playing to an empty stadium, but the people really enjoyed them. After a short break time, which I really like short break times between bands. I don't want to wait half hour between bands. I want 10, 15 minutes at the most is what I want to wait. After that short break, Rancid comes. So yeah, Rancid takes the stage, and they have 10 albums out. One album, I think their latest album was just released last year. They're going to do 10 songs. However, half those 10 songs are going to just be from one album, and that's Out Comes from the Wolves. But let's talk about Rancid anyway. This is early 7-inch radio. If you watch this channel, you know that I was lucky enough playing a band that opened up for Rancid. We'll show that flyer somewhere. That was a show in Georgia, and then later that fall, I was lucky enough to open for Rancid at the beautiful Big Vic Theater here in Chicago, where it was the Bowie Wolves band I was playing drums at the time, then Rancid, then Offspring, who was huge at the time. It was huge. It was crazy how many people wanted to sing, "You Gotta Keep Them Separated." Did I like that song? No. But was I happy to play in front of that many people? Yeah. So yeah, Rancid, this is their debut. Matt Freeman, amazing bass player. They opened the show up with Murder, Mr. Murder, Murdered, Mr. Murdered. What is that? Maxwell something or another. What the bass? The weird bass thing. But yeah, 3 Rancid boys. Of course, people knew Tim from Operation Ivy. I wasn't really ever into Operation Ivy. This is the album they put out when we were playing, when I was playing in a band with drums, and they just had put this out, Let's Go. Should have had them autograph it, but I never did. I did get Lars' autograph on his solo CD via his eBay store. But yeah, Let's Go. Brett Reed was still their drummer at the time. Man, he was a really nice guy. I think he's left the music industry. Drummers are always the nicest people, aren't they? But yeah, really great guy. Lent me some drum stuff when my stuff broke. But yeah, so this is the album that they're playing a lot of the stuff from. Maxwell Murder is the song I was talking about. Out Come the Wolves. They're playing about 5 songs off of this. Of course, Time Bomb, of course. And they sounded good. I've seen them off and on throughout the years. My favorite show of them probably would have been the first time I saw them, 93-ish. They came and played Illinois. I played a skate park. That was really good stuff. And then, like I said, I got to do the 2 shows with them in 94. But yeah, it's Rancid's always good. And the crowd seemed to be into them. It seemed to have a good amount of supporters of the people who were there. You think if you showed up early, you showed up early to see them. A lot of the later crowd, the Pumpkins and Green Day people spilling in, were like, who was opening? Rancid. What's that, Rancid? And again, another short break, more people coming in. It's still daylight, which is kind of crazy. But, it is what it is. The Pumpkins take the stage. They're going to do about 14 songs and play for about an hour. Of course, let's get into some Pumpkins vinyl here. This is Tristessa. I don't know. Everyone misses Darcy. Did she ever play on anything? I don't know. Was she a great player? I don't know. Billy played in the studio stuff all, you know, for her instrument. But she was part of the aesthetics, I guess, of early Pumpkins that everyone longs for. You're hearing the songs, you're seeing James and Billy on stage, but you're not seeing Darcy. You want Darcy. Is she going to come back? She didn't come back by now. I doubt it. But yeah. But this is an early 7-inch from 1990. Of course, Smashing Pumpkins were formed in 1988 in Chicago, around that area that Wrigley Field is in. Man, their first album, Gish, this came out in 91, so the year that Nirvana broke the world here. And this was just, this is my favorite album from them. A lot of people say, no, it's not their best, but those people are invited to watch this channel. No, they like whatever they want. So Siamese Dream seems to be the one that people like the most, which is a fantastic album. This is another vinyl I have of theirs, limited Blue Ice edition, the 2,000 copies. This is the Rubano Tapes Volume 1. So the early days of the Pumpkins, like 1989, 1990, they were playing a lot of clubs in Chicago, and this dude went around and recorded them. And like a million years later, they released it on vinyl. So if you ever see this, it's kind of neat. It's the very early years. It's not the greatest recording, because it's like live, probably a cassette player way back when. But yeah, it's good stuff. I first saw them in at the Metro, which is across the street from Wrigley Field, in the same place I saw Buffalo Tom. I first saw them 93 August. They just released Siamese Dreams. The songs, the big singles weren't big singles yet, so they hadn't hit it totally crazy yet. But yeah, that was just a great time to see them. This is Siamese Dream right there. Yeah, it was a great time to see them. I mean, you know, 1,200 people crammed into a club, and you're seeing the Smashing Pumpkins, and you know in your head this band's going to be huge. And yeah, it was a fun time. So yeah, that's probably my favorite show of them. I've seen other shows. I saw them at Riot Fest. I was front row on the barricade. That was great, just being front. I've seen them at other arenas, large arenas and that, and it's sometimes been okay. This performance was actually pretty good. They're playing, like I said, 14 songs. They are going to do a few new songs off their, not the newest one, because they just dropped that on streaming, but the one before that. But primarily they're going to play a lot of the hits that you know from Melancholy and The Infinite Sadness. Actually, oddly, that album, all my friends had it on CD. I didn't own it till like 10 years after it came out. I think it was exactly 10 years after it came out. And I purchased my own CD, used CD at a store. Because all my friends just had it. I wish I would have bought, I think there was a vinyl version early on. I wish I would have bought that. I do have the current vinyl version. But yeah, so you are going to hear Jelly Belly, which they don't always do off of Melancholy. That's part of their set. Now, one thing that perturbed me about the Pumpkins is they did a U2 Zoo Station. I don't need to hear a U2 cover unless you're doing like 2.5 hours and you want to throw in a U2 cover. But if you got an hour time slot, Mr. Billy and the Corgans, you need to do something off of Gish. I Am One. Would it kill you to do I Am One? Or Rhinoceros or something. I mean, yeah, you've played a million times and you're not playing what people want. You're only playing what you want to do. Sure, that's why you're playing 1979 and Today and all that. You're playing the big songs that people want to hear, but you're playing your hometown, Billy. And play something. Play some early Pumpkins, please, for us. We don't need to hear U2 Zoo Station. They also did, within their set, he owns a wrestling company, which is awesome. Love professional wrestling. It's professional and it's wrestling. He did like on Beguiled, the song where they come out and a beautiful female wrestler comes out and an egotistical male wrestler. His kids are also out at this point. Billy Corgan's kids are also out at this point. And the big dude is all ego, but then he gets his at the end. It's kicked in the jimmy. Kicked in the jimmy. Speaking of Jimmy Chamberlain, hell of a drummer, man. So even if you don't like the voice of the Pumpkins, you know, a lot of people are turned off because they don't like the. It's kind of like Rush. A lot of people don't like Rush because the lead singer's vocals. It's too high pitch. And a lot of people don't like the Pumpkins, like my wife's. Doesn't like the Pumpkins. Why? The lead singer's vocals. He's whiny. In the city by the lake. Let me out. But I like when they do the city by the lake because people in Chicago, hey, talk about us. Woo! Screw you, New York and LA. You get enough song mentions. Let us own this one lyric, city by the lake. Woo! Woo! That's us. High taxes, high crime. Woo! Hey, but good food. The food makes up for everything. Okay, so after the Pumpkins do their little thing for an hour, Billy playing. Who's up next after a short break? It's Green Day. Of course, Green Day comes with their big, they do the Bohemian Rhapsody where the crowd sings it. So you got a long, so if you have to take a pee-pee because it's a long show, or you need to get that one other frosty beverage, as soon as you start hearing that Queen song, you know you have a little bit of time. Get your stuff, get back to your seats, because you're not going to want to miss a second of the Green Day show. Why? Why I tell you? That's why it was more crowded when Green Day kicked in, because they're doing Dookie. Wow, that's worth the price of admission alone. I think I paid $115 for my seat. And they're doing American Idiot. What? You're telling me? What? I didn't even know when I first learned that this tour was coming. I kind of like their latest album, which they do play about 4 or 5 songs from. So I was just keen to hear, like, you know, the song stuff. And then after I was looking more into this tour, I'm like, whoa, no, I'm reading a small print in the ads, and it says performing Dookie in its entirety. Wow, you're going to hear a lot of songs that you've not heard them do in a long time. And then performing American Idiot in its entirety. Whoa, Jesus of Suburbia live? Count me in. I'm there, Wrigley Field. So yeah, they do that stuff. They do the whole albums, front to back, track listing. Between the 2 album plays, they do other songs. So you're going to hear all their big hits on their other albums, like Nimrod and Warning. Big singles off of those albums you're going to hear between. And like I said, they do about 4 or 5 songs off the newest album, which is a good album. I have a video here where I rank all the Green Day albums. But let's talk about Green Day. Formed in way back, I think in 87, 88-ish in Oakland, California. Started putting out these EPs. Oh, look at Brian showing off the Green Day 7-inches. He must have been there from the beginning. Well, you know, yeah. So yeah, Green Day 7-inches. These aren't the first pressings of either. These are more like repressings that came out 91-ish probably, like a year after the original presses. But anyway, you can't have them. So yeah, they're doing Dookie in its entirety. I got a promo CD of Dookie to review. I knew it was going to be big. I was a genius. I saw the writing on a wall. They were huge in the punk scene. You couldn't even fit the kids into the punk clubs anymore when Green Day would come around town touring in their van, because the clubs were only holding 100, 200, 300 people, and Green Day was huge, and you're like, wow, this band's going to be more than just our little poppy punk band that comes around from California. They're going to be huge stars someday. And it's hard. You sign to a major label, you know, you have, what, a 3% chance of hitting it, but Green Day, you just knew it. You just knew they wrote the poppy song. So, 94, they come out with the major label debut, Dookie, because Nirvana kind of kicked the door and freed open the music industry way back from the Poison and the Rats and the Skid Rows. Those guys had their chance. They were done. We're starting a new chapter. Now it's alternative and college and indie and this punk stuff. Are they the largest punk band ever? Yes, I would say yes. You love your Ramones. You love your Sex Pistols. You love the millionth hardcore bands. You know, your Black Flag and your Misfits and all these punk bands. And that's punk rock too. Many people don't even consider Green Day punk rock. Let's not get into that. Let's just get into the music part of it. Yeah, like it or not, they're the biggest punk band. They are the only punk band a lot of people like. Oh, I like pop music. I like jazz. I like African tribal music. Do you like punk rock? No. Oh, I like Green Day. I like Green Day. So for a lot of people, they're the only punk rock band you like. So if that may bring people into the punk scene, which it did way back in 94, saw that firsthand. I was in a band. You would call up the club. Can we play? What kind of music you like? You know, what kind of music do you play? We're like a punk band. No. Hang up after Green Day. Hey, a punk band. This is the club. Can you come and play us? Because everyone's going to come because you're a punk band. Yeah. Money, money, money. That's why I'm living in a basement now. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Green Day. Yeah, so Dookie, they're playing all the songs. Like I said, you're going to hear every single song off of this, even F.O.D. Trey Cool coming out there singing his last song. And then you're going to hear Break. Sound system good. Billy's voice sounded great, so hopefully he's going to be able to do all the shows from here on in sounding great, and he'll do that one show that to make up for that. Stage set goes a lot of red and white lighting, then green and white lighting. There's a lot of flame for some reason. Green Day, flame. They've always had, even way back in the club days. First time I saw Green Day was at the Vic Theater. It holds about 1,000 people or so. I saw them 93, or maybe I saw them 92 at the Riv first. I don't know. It's all my Green Day video where I rank the albums. I talk more about seeing Green Day in early years. But they can always command an audience, and they have that ability that you want. That you can kind of command an audience, make sure everyone's having a good time, pulling people in. Now, you're playing in front of 40,000 people at Wrigley Field. Billy still has that. They still have that, hey, we're just a silly rock band, which is good, because you're sick of, if you're like me, you're sick of the tracking and the pop stuff and the artists that are just phoning it in. They're not even performing half the time when they're on stage. You're just sick of that. You want a rock band that has, hey, we're out here, these are our instruments, we're playing them, rock and roll, here you go, good stuff. And that's what you get with the Green Day guys. I haven't seen them live since that time, 93 or 90, yeah, or 94. It was 94, I don't know. They were playing songs off of this album last time I saw them live. This was the album. So yeah, it's been a little while. I haven't seen them since. So then, yeah, I went, and for the first time I'm hearing all the songs off American Idiot. Of course, this came out in 2004. It was well needed at the time. You wanted a band that was not afraid to speak about, hey, not everything is always great here in America, you know. So it's good stuff. Like I said, hearing Jesus of Suburbia live, oh, good stuff there. Holiday, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, you know all the songs, you know all the track listings, and they're going to play them all for you. I did cut out a few songs early because I knew the track listings. I knew they were going to do Time of Your Life at the end. It would have been really sweet to hear that, but what was sweeter was getting to the Red Line, the L train, before the masses got there. And then I got to Union Station, hopped on the train, was very tired coming home. But I had a hell of a night. I had a great time reflecting against the window about kind of perfect evening it was. That many humanity. We're all trying to get along there. 40,000 humans all having a good time together. Feels good. Kicks you in the feels, as they say. Kicks you right in the feels. And yeah, that capped off. Perfect way to cap off my 3 concerts in 1 week. If you're watching this video, should I go or not? Yeah, pick up if a lot of these shows are sold out. We were officially sold out. Although a few seats next to me, no one was in. Was it because I'm creepy? I don't know. Probably could have been. I enjoyed the extra space. But yeah, if they're coming through your town, it's sold out. Try to get a cheap resale ticket. Usually last minute isn't always the cheapest. You want to go 2 or 3 days out, then get the ticket. If you wait till the day of, sometimes it actually goes higher if people are all waiting for the day of. So, you know, you got to play that thing. You want to screw the scalpers over and get the cheapest ticket they want because they bought up the tickets right when they went on sale anyway. But yeah, so it's worth it. Go and see. If you're a Pumpkins fan, you're just going to get an hour, but you're going to get a lot of the big songs. If you're a Rancid fan, you're going to get about 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe, but you're going to get a lot of And Out Come the Wolves. If you're a Linda's fan, hey, it's cool to see them in the stadium, you know? So it's a well worth band event to go see. Well, I hope you liked the review. Be sure to subscribe, comment below, let me know if you're checking this tour out, and thanks for watching.